Hey everybody, it's Ken Abrams from Fun Enterprises with another Tuesday at 10 video blog. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, despite the fact that I'm born towards the end of the baby boomers, which means I'm over 60 years old, I've never thought of myself as somebody who is technologically phobic or afraid of modern technology. There are so many wonderful advances that have come along in my lifetime. It would be hard to imagine my life actually without some of the technology. That being said, there's a lot of technology that I'm really not comfortable with, or that I don't think has been the wonderful benefit and boom that many people think it is. Look specifically at social media. I find it fascinating that so many people who are instrumental in designing and creating social media would not allow their kids to have an account. I think they understood pretty clearly that there was a lot of downside to that. And if you look at where we are today as a culture and a society, their fears were definitely borne out. It's so difficult sometimes being on college campuses and seeing the way people have changed. Now, again, I'm painting with a very broad brush, and that is not true of everybody. But so many students today struggle with all kinds of mental issues or mental health issues, I guess is a better way to put it, and have very short attention spans. They see the world often in little bursts and blurbs, whether it's TikTok videos or posts on different social media sites. There are things like Yik Yak, which really put out some very unpleasant and unflattering videos and allow people to say things anonymously that they would never say to somebody's face. Now, that being said, there are some huge advantages to technology. I love the fact that I can take an entire music collection and store it on my phone and listen to it anytime I want. As a matter of fact, if I get a certain service or two, I don't ever have to buy another album as long as I live, but I can download all the music I want and again listen to it anytime and anywhere I want to. That's one of the great benefits of technology. I love the fact that when I go on some of these very lengthy drives that I do for work, I can take an audiobook or a podcast and I can get all kinds of information and be entertained for hours on end. I'm not a person that looks at a lot of social media. I don't really go on Facebook that often. I have a TikTok account, but I don't ever use it. Same thing with Instagram. I've looked at Yik Yak, but I don't have an account, nor do I ever want to, and I never want to post on that particular platform. So there are, again, things that I'm not comfortable with. But I wonder if technology has been such a huge benefit, or has it really held us back in many ways? Has it created a generation of people that struggle to have just an average, everyday, ordinary conversation? Is it rewiring our brain? I think it is. I think people think very differently now. I think that people sometimes, instead of finding technology as a way to connect with people, it actually isolates people. And those are things that I'm not comfortable with. That being said, there are parts of technology that are fantastic. I saw a video the other day of somebody who wanted to do pull ups, and they used AI to create a very detailed program and plan to get them to that point. There was a radio DJ doing a morning show a couple weeks ago who'd lost their dog about 6 or 8 months ago, and they were having a very tough day. They actually used AI almost as a therapist. They had a back and forth conversation with artificial intelligence, and AI asked them all the right questions and said all the right things to provide them comfort. So there are some huge advantages to AI. But again, there are some disadvantages too. When you're using technology and social media, try to do so respectfully and responsibly. Have a great week, and thanks for watching.